Section 22A. A revolutionary tribunal. Only, this time, the accused is a foreigner, captured during a raid by Soviet troops on a rebel hideaway. It is a show trial. The president of the court opens the proceedings. State your name, profession. Philippe Augoyard, 29 years, from Paris, French citizen, profession, doctor of medicine. The state prosecutor reads the charges. Dr. Augoyard refuses legal counsel. Dr. Augoyard refuses legal counsel. He acts in his own defense. He throws his case upon the mercy of the court. He confesses that he was misled into believing that he was helping a just cause. He now realizes that the only legal government of Afghanistan is the regime in Kabul. The courtroom holds an assortment of local tribal chiefs, specially invited for the occasion. One cannot help but wondering how many of them had been the protectors of the doctor before switching sides. One cannot help but wondering how many of them had been the protectors of the doctor before switching sides. The prosecutor. Did you ever participate in acts of sabotage? The doctor. Never. I only helped wounded counter-revolutionaries. I never participated in actual combat. The prosecutor. Did you witness atrocities committed by the bandits? The doctor. Yes, I saw some schools burned. Yes, I saw some schools burned, and a bus blown up which killed many women, children, and old people. The prosecutor. Did you spy? The doctor. I had a camera, and I took some photographs of the conditions inside the country. I then gave these photographs to the Medical Association in Paris. They may have been passed on to some military service, I do not know. The prosecutor. Did you, at any time, see signs of chemical warfare? The doctor. No, never. I did talk to many people, but I never saw any signs of chemical warfare. I now realize that this is simply an imperialistic propaganda aimed against the government of Afghanistan and the Soviet Union. At this point, the judge entered the proceedings and asked if he'd ever carried arms. The doctor. No, I never carried any weapons. My only aim was to help the wounded. The judge. After having witnessed the atrocities committed by these bandits, why did you stay on? The doctor. I only realized this on my second trip. By then it was too late. I was captured thereafter. The court then offered the doctor one more opportunity to speak. Again, the doctor admitted to his mistakes and once more asked for mercy. After 2 hours, the court rested for deliberation. The judges were back within 10 minutes. They announced the verdict. Guilty on 4 counts. 1. Entering Afghanistan twice without permission by the government. 2. Having contact with the counter-revolutionaries. 3. Having provided aid to the counter-revolutionaries. 4. Having photographed sensitive installations and having spread false information abroad. The court hereby condemns you to 8 years in prison. The court hereby condemns you to 8 years in prison. Dr. Augoyard thanked the court for their clemency. A dejected and disillusioned dreamer. His only crime, a man who wished to help people in dire need. Section 23. Security in rural areas is a problem. The regime tries to form village militias. They are called the defenders of the revolution and are supposed to protect the village as well as the power lines to the cities. For the Afghan villagers, this is not much of a change from their Wild West tradition. They have always been a gun-toting wild bunch. Only now they get a free trade-in for their old Enfield rifles. Brand new Kalashnikovs, made in Russia. Section 24. There's a war going on. Nobody denies that, least of all Afghan officials. There is a strong Soviet military presence, but we cannot allow you to show that, they say. The war is a standoff. The main cities are secure, the roads to the outlying provinces are not. It can hardly be called a stalemate, since the Soviets, with their much superior military power, could bring this to an end should they wish doing so. Afterwards, they would have to remain there forever. They have a second choice: to give the Afghans a major portion of the fighting. The Kabul regime has declared themselves ready for it. The Soviets hope that the Afghan army can achieve a certain success to allow their own forces to fade into a more discreet background. They hope that this will mean a shift in popular support for the Afghan regime, since their opponents would be deprived of their rallying cry to oust the Soviet occupation force. Time may well be on the side of the regime in Kabul, that is, as long as this can be assured of continued economic and, of course, military help from Big Brother to the north. Sunday fun. A bloody dogfight. Afghans are a tribal society and traditional to the extreme. They treasure their particular customs and morals. Highest rates their independence. For this, they have battled ferociously Mongol hordes and British battalions. Today they fight the Russians, and tomorrow they will take on the Eskimos, should they invade Afghanistan. This is Eric Derschmidt for CBS News in Kabul, Afghanistan.